Hello everyone, Chef Eric here. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Feel free to subscribe down below and give this video a like. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to make the most amazing mocha cake. So let's get started. So we're going to start by mixing together all of our dry ingredients, and for our dry ingredients we have some all-purpose flour, some sugar, some cocoa powder, some baking powder and some baking soda. As you'll notice, this is one of my easiest recipes and one of my most popular recipes. Add all of your dry ingredients into that bowl and give them a really good mix. Halfway through, realize that the bowl is not big enough and then transfer into a larger bowl. This is quite a bit of batter. It actually makes 1.2 kilos of cake, so make sure you keep that in mind when you're making this cake. Set that aside and we can now get started on our wet ingredients. And for our wet ingredients, we have some vegetable oil, 2 eggs, some maziwa mala, along with some vanilla essence. For the maziwa mala, I highly suggest you make it at home because it doesn't make sense to buy any. So just add in some lemon juice or apple cider vinegar or any form of acid to some milk and let it sit for about 10 minutes. Just about 1 tablespoon for this recipe. Give everything a really good mix and set that aside. Next, we can grease 2 8-inch pans with a little bit of margarine. This cake generally does not stick a lot, so margarine will just do the trick. If you think you need to add flour, which I avoid because it will leave like a cloudy outside on the outside of the cake and won't look as pretty, so margarine or parchment paper is the way to go. Next, we're gonna make a really good cup of coffee. So just add 3 tablespoons of instant coffee into some hot water. If you have like a fancy coffee machines, by all means do so, please. We want to really pack a coffee flavor into this cake. So we can add our wet ingredients into our dry ingredients and give that a really good mix. Once the batter comes together, we can then mix it for about 2 minutes. The reason why we do so is just to form a little bit of gluten in the batter so it has some sort of structure. Once it's beat for about 2 minutes, you've beaten it for about 2 minutes, add in your hot coffee. So if your coffee went cold, put it back in the microwave or on the stove and make sure it's super hot when it's going in. Start mixing, starting in the center, working your way outwards, just until you have a nice, smooth, luscious batter. You might notice it's thin compared to most of my batters, but it's absolutely delicious. Pull out your pans and divide this batter evenly across the 2 pans. Mine was about 600 grams in each, but if you don't want to weigh or do anything of that sort, just eyeball it. Bake at 180 degrees for about 25 to 30 minutes. In the meantime, we can make our coffee whipped cream. So start by adding in some instant coffee into a small, like 2 or 3 tablespoons of some really hot whipping cream. So just take the whipping cream and pop it in the microwave for about 1 minute and 30 seconds. Give that a really good mix until the coffee is dissolved and set that aside. We can now make our coffee whipped cream. Start by adding your whipped cream, 1.5 cups, into a large mixing bowl along with 2 tablespoons of icing sugar, and whip it for about 2 minutes or 5 minutes, just until you have stiff peaks. I forgot to record the part where I added that coffee syrup made of whipped cream, but make sure you do not forget to add it. It's very crucial in making it a coffee whipped cream. Once it's all nice and whipped up, it will have a light golden brownish color and will have like a nice coffee flavor. I'm sure you're gonna love it, and it's gonna pair really well with the cake. We can now get started on making this cake or building this cake. So start by trimming a little bit off the tops just to make sure the cakes are level. It's optional but highly recommended, and they do indeed make a great chef snack. So cut off the tops of both cakes and we can now get started to assemble this cake. I didn't have any cake boards. If you don't have any cake boards, just use a plate and you'll be just fine. So put a little bit of your coffee whipped cream onto the plate just to help the first layer of cake stick onto it so that you're able to beautifully build the cake. So start with your first cake layer and a little bit of fresh coffee. Just make sure the coffee has cooled down. You don't want to use hot coffee on cake, so just brush a little bit of some room temperature coffee over the cake. It's going to give a little bit more coffee flavor and also make sure it stays moist for like a few days. So even after 3-4 days, if it's not been eaten, it will still be fine. Spread over a nice layer of whipped cream and then put your next cake layer on upside down. Make sure you put it upside down just to make sure that you have a flat top to work with. Brush on more coffee and you can now give this cake a crumb coat. If you'd like a more detailed explanation on how I decorate my cakes, I'll leave a link down in the description box below on a video I did a while ago on Cake Decorating 101. This is a video where I take you through step by step on how I decorate my cakes. Once you've given the cake a crumb coat, let it sit in the freezer for about 30 minutes. We can now give the cake its final coating of icing, so spread some icing over the top and on the sides and smooth it out. And then if you'd like to have like a nice super smooth cake, after you've done this layer, chill it in the freezer for about another 30 minutes and then dip your palette knife in some hot water and then smooth it all around the cake. The cake will look super smooth. It will look like it was made by a professional, but it's just a little nifty trick that we use here in the baking industry. So once you smooth out your cake, pop it back in the freezer and then use that neat trick. And then we can now do our chocolate ganache. So this is what we're going to use for our drip. So start by adding about 50 grams of chocolate and 50 grams of cream and heat it in the microwave for about a minute and a half. Wait for about 5 minutes before you gently start stirring, just for the cream to melt our chocolate. Give it a really good mix until you have a really nice, luscious and smooth chocolate ganache. Pull out your nice and chilled cake, and as you can see, it looks so smooth, and we can now put the drips onto this cake. You can use any method that you like. I like the spoon method, so gently spoon a little bit of ganache over the top and push it down. If you want to use a piping bag, use a piping bag or any other method you find comfortable with. I walk you through this in the Cake Decorating 101, so make sure you give it a try, especially if it's your first time decorating a cake. Once the drip is all on there, put some more ganache over the top just to make it a little bit more even and spread it out. Pop it back in the freezer and let it chill for about 10 minutes just for the ganache to set. Pull it back out and then we can now pipe some shells over the top of the cake with a piping bag and the rest of the cream in a Ziploc bag. Once you're done piping, you can put over some grated chocolate, which I did, and you're done. Please bake this cake. It was delicious, absolutely amazing, and I know you're gonna love it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next week for a brand new video.